After returning from his last adventure, Sammy believed that the forest had revealed all its secrets. But one night, as he was enjoying the serenity of the moon, the magical crystal he had acquired began to glow with a strange light. Words appeared on it saying, "The forest is in danger. Its depths groan and seek a savior. The key to its salvation is in your hands, Sammy, but time is running out." Sammy felt the forest call could not be ignored. He quickly prepared for the journey and awoke his friend, Fizzy the bird, who seemed excited to embark on a new adventure. Thus, Sammy's journey into the unknown began once more, an adventure more perilous and profound than any he had faced before. The crystal's light led them to a place in the forest that Sammy had never visited before. There was a gigantic gate covered with faded balls of light. On the gate, a phrase was inscribed, "To pass through here, restore the pulse of the colors." The balls of light began to glow with faded hues, and soon a riddle appeared on the wall saying, "I am the thing born when the sun meets the rain." "What am I?" Sammy thought and said, "A rainbow." When he said this, the balls began to shine, but some were missing. Sammy realized he had to find the missing colors to restore the gate's power. Their quest took them to small challenges in the forest. The red color was hidden in a fiery flower guarded by a giant bee. Sammy calmed it using special nectar he found near the lake. The blue color was in an enchanted pool where the water had frozen. Sammy had to light a fire beside the pool to melt it and retrieve the color. The green color was on a leaf, but the tree asked them to solve a simple riddle about life and growth. Once they had all the colors, the crystal placed them into the gate, revealing a new path. After passing through the gate, Sammy found himself in a dark valley where the shadows constantly moved. The valley was covered with strange shadows forming different shapes, trees, creatures, and even faces. Fizzy said with fear, "This place isn't normal. The shadows here are alive." A giant shadow appeared before them and said, "To pass through this valley, you must face your greatest fears. Courage alone is the key." Sammy found himself surrounded by scenes from his past. The most notable being when he nearly failed in a previous adventure. Doubt began to creep in, but Fizzy said to him, "You overcame this before, and you'll overcome it now. Remember, you are stronger than you think." When Sammy faced his fears with confidence, the shadows disappeared, and a light-filled path emerged, guiding them to the next stage. The path led them to a strange sea. It wasn't a sea of water, but a sea of shimmering glass reflecting distorted images of anyone who approached. The crystal said, "In this sea, every wrong step could shatter the truth. You must find the safe path using thought and insight." Sammy had to walk over floating glass pieces to reach the island in the middle of the sea. But the pieces would shatter if they weren't part of the correct path. Sammy noticed that the glass reflected images, but some images were real and others were illusions. He said, "The correct path is the one that reflects only the truth." With Fizzy's help, who flew over the sea to help him identify the correct pieces, Sammy safely crossed the sea and reached the island. Inside the island, Sammy found a deep cave filled with tiny stars that slowly fell and extinguished themselves upon touching the ground. At the end of the cave was a locked box containing the heart of the forest, which could save the forest from danger. The crystal said, "To open the box, you must collect 3 stars before they touch the ground." Sammy and Fizzy started moving quickly. The stars were falling randomly, and they had to collaborate to catch them. Sammy used his agility and wit to determine the stars' landing spots, while Fizzy helped with his wings. After much effort, Sammy collected the 3 stars and placed them on the box. He opened the box to find inside a plant glowing with the colors of life. Sammy and Fizzy emerged from the cave with the glowing plant. The crystal said, "This plant is the heart of the forest. If you plant it in the right place, the forest will come back to life." The light led them to an ancient clearing in the middle of the forest, where a grand old tree stood, completely withered. When Sammy planted the plant next to the tree, colors began to flow from it like rivers, spreading everywhere. The forest came back to life, its colors brighter than ever before. The spirit of the forest appeared and said to Sammy, "You have proven that courage and wisdom are the greatest assets an adventurer can possess. Thank you for saving the forest, Sammy. Your adventure will not be forgotten." Sammy and Fizzy returned to their village, but Sammy knew the forest was more than just a place of adventures. It was a world full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Sammy decided that if the forest ever needed him again, he would always be ready. The story teaches children that courage, thinking, and cooperation can solve the toughest problems, and facing fears can lead to achieving great accomplishments.